Are you tired of all of your food burning? Are you tired of just not doing things right in the kitchen?
But wait, there's more.
But wait, if you act now, for $19.95 plus shipping and handling, we will send to you this topic that we're going to talk about. We are two
Okay.
brothers talking and talk. We talk, and that's all we do. We don't really do anything else. We don't. There's no actions
Nothing
attached
productive
to our
anyway.
talking. We just talk, and so, um, but we pick different topics, and I'm picking the topic today, which unfortunately, right before we started this recording, my brother overheard what I said we were going to talk about. So he has an idea. But today's, and I brought a little show and tell. Today's topic is pans.
Pans.
We're talking about pans today.
Very exciting.
It actually is exciting for me. I very much enjoy it. Now, for those of you that don't know,
You're a pan man.
I was I was a pot dealer, but we'll get into that in a second. We grew up with this. For those of you that don't know what this is,
Shame on
this
you.
looks like a filthy, nasty, dirty piece of metal, which it is. This is a cast iron pan, which means it's made from iron, which has been cast in a cast. I don't know how exactly they made it, but
Boy, you're good at that.
boy, that's my pitch, and I'm
I
sticking
can
to
see
it.
why you're not a pot salesman anymore.
I've forgotten my whole script. It was like an hour and a half long. It was great, but anyway, what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about your favorite kind of pan, what you prefer to cook with, and why you cook with it. Now, when we grew up, we used a lot of cast iron because of its qualities that it possesses to evenly and efficiently cook eggs.
Transfer heat to food. Basically.
Transfer heat to food. That's really what it is. So, where do we start? Let's name
Okay.
off. Let's name off what we have in our house first. How about that?
Oh, I don't even want to tell you. I don't even want to tell you.
You must. I must hear it because
Okay, I
people.
do.
Just so you know, people, I will be judging him for
Yes.
what he tells me
Yes,
in his
yes,
house.
he sure will.
And it's okay because I don't live right beside him. He doesn't. I don't eat from his pans all the time, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. They can live their lives. It doesn't matter to me, really.
Are we doing pans, pots? What are we doing? Okay, let me tell you
Well,
what I
see,
had.
the thing is, you can use a pan as a pot if it's the right kind of pan.
Yeah. So, all right. So I do have 3 cast iron pans.
Okay.
One of which is an enameled Lodge cast iron pan. It's
Okay.
okay. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's okay. The other is one that my grandmother had. Well seasoned, let me tell you. Well seasoned. That one works wonderfully.
We're going to have to maybe do another episode about seasoning.
Maybe. It's a whole
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
This is where I don't want to tell you. So we have 2 pans that we bought about 3 days into our marriage when we
No,
had
you
no
fools.
money.
You don't still have them.
Yep, 3 days into our marriage when we had no money that were non-stick
Uh-huh.
and aluminum, and got them at the lowest price possible because we had no money.
Farmerware.
And we
Gotcha.
still have them. We don't use them a lot, but they still get used occasionally. We have some stainless steel impact bonded pots that are actually not too bad. And then we have one Guy Fieri enameled cast iron like Dutch oven deal that I really like.
Okay.
Oh, and my wife just bought 2 more What are they? Our home, our something, our I don't know what they're called, but they're supposedly non-stick, but I hate them because because number one, I don't think I'm allowed to use them. Uh, you can't put them. You can't turn the heat up too high, or it ruins them. And I'm like, well, what's the point? So anyway, that's the extent of our cookware arsenal in our house.
So people, I want you to see what's just happened here. This is a prime example of the gluttony and confusion that we have in this country. They don't know what to do. They have no idea. They need a pan for every occasion. And I understand to a degree why it's happened. I also understand that perhaps it's not all the way my brother's fault,
Part of it is we're too frugal, and the word is cheap. We're too cheap. That's part of the problem.
Well, do you also find that you maybe hold on to things longer than you should?
Only because I'm cheap.
It just cycles back. Cycles back.
It's a vicious cycle.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about that. Now let me tell you what I have. So I have. You saw this. This is a non-stick pan. This is made by Ballerini from Italy. I got this for free. A guy died, and I went to his house, and I got this pan. It looked cool. It's big and deep. I've used it twice, I think, ever. We have a cast iron that I believe we got from the house.
Our parents' house.
I think so. I think this is the one. These are very, very good. They transfer heat very, very nicely, but I only have one of these, and this is it. And this is nostalgia, but also when I want to do things where I keep it in this pan and then throw it in the oven, I totally do that.
Oh, they're the best.
However, this is... I'm not going to do a pitch, but we have one set of these. These are a 7-ply 19.9 surgical steel enhanced with titanium. They've got 2 layers of aluminum, 1 layer of cast iron, and anyway, there's 7 layers. This is the handle is ergonomically designed, and it is made from the same material as bowling balls. They are oven safe up to 350 degrees.
You said you weren't going to do a pitch.
I'm not going to do a pitch. I'm not selling you. I'm just telling you what I have. We have one set, and this is what we use. It doesn't matter if you put them on super high or on medium. They will cook the same. They'll cook faster, but they transfer heat, hold heat. They do very well. We are cooking, baking connoisseurs in our home. We love to eat. We're foodies. Maybe that's a better term. We love to eat.
Honestly, so are we.
Yes, you are. You are. You absolutely are. And so the kitchen is a very, very important place for us. And we have decided
you don't get to look like this without liking food.
Right. We've decided that we'd end up spending. We are also more frugal in certain avenues of our life. The kitchen is not one of them. Our kitchen and everything in it costs more than everything else in our house probably combined. And so but I really like having the right kind of cookware to do the job that I want to do. The pans that I have can be considered non-stick because they self-release the meat or the other things that are there. All of the pans have lids that have whistles that tell you when the food is done. It's a whole big thing. And so that's just fun for me. But there's so much to talk about with this topic, and I'm kind of blowing through it because we don't like to have our episodes be very long.
We can run a little longer. That's okay.
Oh, yeah. But so tell me what excites you the most about the pans that you have, and then what frustrates you the most. Let's just go down that avenue for a second.
Okay, so here's what frustrates me completely about cookware in general, right? So non-stick is awesome if you want to cook something that's going to stick, right? Because you can just kind of saute it in there and then it just falls right out and you don't have to worry about it. I hate non-stick in the fact that it's not real. Like there are things, the things that they put on that to make it nonstick are not things that I want in my body or things that anyone should have in their body.
Agreed.
I love cast iron because you've never heard of anyone getting sick off of having too much iron in their diet, right?
Right.
They heat nice and evenly. It's all good, except for cleaning them. The cleanup sucks. You can't cook anything with tomatoes. You don't want to cook in cast iron. Anything with acid is no good. You don't use soap ever.
You can't. Yeah. Can't wash them
You
with soap.
you don't soak the thing ever.
Nope. It'll rust.
You just gotta clean it, put it away dirty. That's the way it is. The cleanup
Now.
the cleanup is not the easiest thing in the world.
No, it's not.
I love stainless steel, in that it is really. I think stainless steel is probably as far as like a sterile cooking environment. Stainless steel is probably the best.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing that will stay with it if you wash your dishes properly.
Correct.
I hate stainless steel for the fact that everything sticks to it. Everything. Unless you use copious amounts of butter, which I'm not opposed to necessarily, as you can tell. But if you want to like cook something up, like the pan you just showed me looked spotless, clean. And I'm trying to understand how you keep it that way without it staining.
Oh, I'm so glad that you brought that up. Let's transition right into it.
Because I have seen stainless steel stain with high heat on an oven and things baked onto it.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Let's address the elephant in the room first.
That's not nice at all. I'm trying. I work out. I don't work out. I walk a little bit.
I will say you have to be careful that you don't spill over and then burn up onto the bottom of your pan or onto the sides as you're cooking. If you get the right stainless steel, that's more layered and is thicker, you don't have to use as much heat, which means you don't have to worry about burning it as much. So you have to be a little careful when you're doing stuff. Get a bigger pot. If you're scared about it, just get a bigger one, kind of a thing. As far as cleanup goes, my wife and I have an agreement. I'll tell you a quick story. When we got married, the agreement was she hates doing pots and pans. Hates it. I hate doing laundry. The agreement for the rest of our lives is she does all of the laundry, no complaining, whenever it needs done. And I wash all the pots and pans for the rest of our lives, no complaining, when they need done.
Which works really well as long as neither of you ever leaves town.
True statement. That's why I try to leave more often.
Okay. Let's hope your wife never watches this.
Right. But what I love and the best friend that you'll ever have in your whole life is barkeeper's friend.
Oh, sure.
And if you get these in and get them to soak, right after you're done with them, while you're eating, it helps. But barkeeper's friend, I spend a little bit of time every meal washing my pans. I have handles that come off with screws, so I can take off the handles and clean the whole thing if I need to. I also, because of the pans that I bought, have a double lifetime warranty. I can send them in any time and have them all polished, free of charge. So I haven't done it yet because I haven't needed to because I've kept them nice. But I am a big believer in stainless steel or 19.9 surgical steel if you can find it. German 440 steel is good as well. So there are different pans you can get, but I like to keep my pans clean because we hang them. If you put them into a cupboard or into a drawer underneath your oven, I don't think it matters if they're super clean all the time, but ours are showcased because of what they are.
If you don't clean them, you are required to put them under the cupboard and under the drawer because nobody wants to look at your dirty pans.
People want to... but something like this, when you see this and you see how that looks like it's actually really gross, now that's the outside. No one cares about the outside. It's what's inside that counts. But,
okay.
But you can't use a dish towel on these. You've got to use a paper towel to dry them, or else everything's going to get stained. My pants, actually, since I brought it up here, you see, pants are dirty. Pants are dirty because I touched it to my leg. They're not pretty, but they do the job very, very well. So there's kind of a balance that you have to do with pans. I just wanted to do a quick episode to see what you guys have. Put in the comments below what kind of pans you have. Don't be embarrassed. Avery has pepper flaking Teflon that will add to every meal.
It's extra flavor. It's
extra flavor to every meal. So that's what he has. What do you have? Do you use cast iron? Do you even know what cast iron is? Do you have stainless steel? Do you have Betty Crocker? Do you have Martha Stewart? Do you like the colors? Do you care about the colors? We didn't even talk about clay. I didn't bring up my Dutch ovens that are clay or that are more like a ceramic. Those are really cool as well. I use those for bread. But anyway, just want to talk about pans for a little bit. If you have any questions for us as well, being that I was a pot dealer for a while, I'm happy to answer them. So put that in the comments as well, and we'll see what we can do to get your questions answered. But I thought that'd be a fun topic for today.
No, that was good.
So,
all right. Well,
anyway, thanks for joining us. We're really happy that you're here, and tell all your friends.